David's arrest is coming. Hey, y'all boys. First. Please, let's get into the outfit. Hey, pajama pants on the bottoms. Nice little shirt on the top on me. But hey, y'all boys, finna get into that. Hope y'all been following along with me, bro, with this David situation. Posted a video on it last night. Hey, we finna get into it today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, y'all boys. It's your boy Rello 2x, aka Dose My Soul. Let's get straight to it. Okay, we need some headspace.
All right, guys, I'm back with another David update. Okay, we've got a few little bits of analysis, a little bit of chatter that's been going on over the last 24 hours.
Let's tap in.
And it seems like a lot of people are convinced that the arrest of David is actually coming. It's on the way. People are suggesting that, it's currently Thursday. Some people think the arrest is going to happen tomorrow by Friday. TMZ are teasing a big announcement that they have gotten. People are wondering what that might have been. And yeah, I've just been trying to keep up with absolutely everything that's been going on with this case. So I'll break it all down for you and explain everything that has happened in the last 24 hours with this David case, okay? So, okay, this keeps happening, okay? I keep pulling links and then they get deleted, okay? This was a post about that TMZ article that basically said that footage of the woman on the balcony that David
got a
was
whole
waving
Reddit
to and
thing?
doing the half love heart sign. They were kind of saying that, they don't necessarily believe the TMZ reports that that isn't Celeste in the image, okay? But then other people are basically arguing and they're saying TMZ are some haters, but other people are saying no, they probably confirmed that it wasn't actually her due to knowing her actual time of death or how long she'd been in the trunk. LAPD might have given them the go-ahead to release that info to prevent more conspiracy theories from floating around, okay? He was saying, yeah, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than we know with such a high-profile case as this one. I don't see TMZ releasing information like that if it wasn't, in fact, confirmed. This
That
isn't
is
some
true.
paparazzi picture of people on a date. This is very serious. So, people saying, I don't know why this became such a controversial picture. Whether or not she was at this specific concert hardly affects the case. Tons of evidence has been together and her body was found in the car. But people saying, I think it's because people are trying to figure out when the last time she was actually seen by people was. People were thinking she died early August, but if this was her, then she would have died much later, which is why I figured it's not her, even though it does really look like her. But that post was removed. This is the Celeste subreddit. More and more posts are being removed. The whole situation has been sanitized on multiple subreddits, so it is quite hard to keep track of some of these things. So much stuff is being deleted, and it's just a very interesting thing to observe. So people are saying that they've now found David's Roblox account. Okay, it's apparently been terminated. This says, does this mean he deleted his account, or does it mean he's just lurking on here if Roblox didn't delete it? I checked yesterday and it was still there, not deleted. Sorry if somebody already posted him. He was saying, with all the backlash and ongoing lawsuits over child safety on Roblox, I wouldn't be surprised if the platform decided to ban him on his own.
Yeah.
Other people are saying he probably deactivated it, just like he privated his Fortnite account. Apparently, people were posting his Roblox activity. He was playing it just like Fortnite, but only the Fortnite info truly went viral. I didn't see the Roblox account earlier on, so I haven't seen any other posts about this. The only time I've seen a Roblox account mentioned, but it has apparently been terminated. Who knows exactly who's responsible for that? Now, I did a full update on this Itami character that David had created that a lot of people think represents the relationship with Celeste. Was born on February the 2023 and died. The character died on August 2025, and a lot of people think that lines up with the relationship and possibly Celeste's death. David was caught on stage actually being asked questions about this Itami character and him kind of explaining some backstory, and some people feel like this actually is him kind of giving some kind of cryptic clues about this Itami character. Considering what it represents, that might be an indication. And the caption says, I got VIP at the Dallas show. I'm not sure if this means anything, but hopefully y'all can make something out of it so it's not another dead end. He's talking about his alter ego. It sounds like he's got BPD. I don't know if this is supposed to lead into something, lead into the finding of Celeste, or who knows. Let me know what you think. I've watched it back a couple of times, and he says something about redemption and resurrection. What could that mean? I don't know if this is a stretch, but I think...
I can't lie, bro. This nigga David, every time in this situation, bro, he mentions death. He always mentions something revolving around death, around the subject death. I don't know what's wrong with him, bro, but it's just weird. And especially like the shit at his concerts, like play funerals and shit like that, bro. That's weird, bro. That's weird, bro. Honestly, I would think it's like a devil ritual or something like that. That's me though.
what he said has something to do with the Celeste case. Let's hear what he said.
What's next? What is next? More specifically, for your character, Tommy, is it really the end? He's gone.
Saying, is it really the end of Atami? And he's saying he's gone, he's dead, it's over.
Yes, I'm fleshing out the lore right now, but after the Withered rollout, you saw the last music video was one more.
Says, I'm fleshing out the lore right now after the Withered rollout. Okay, he kind of...
You saw the last music video was one more dance where he buried me.
So he said the last music video was One More Dance where Itami buried him and killed him. Right?
So I'm kind of like, I don't want to spoil anything, but there is some resurrection that happens.
So he says, I don't want to spoil anything. There's a resurrection that happens, whether him, Itami, the character, the metaphor that this character stands for is going to be resurrected and is going to come back, apparently. And that's what he was planning to do, is bring this character back somehow.
Okay. And there is some redemption that happens. I also beat him. So we're trying to...
He says, as redemption happens, I also beat him. So he's saying he beats his evil alter ego somehow.
So we're trying to figure out how we're going to film all that and kind of show you guys how that happens. The pipeline of all the things, but Tommy does go away and then a new character comes in. Similar to the Tyler, the Creator rollouts where he has a different character for every album. So I'm in the middle of the planning phases for that. There might be a manga that comes with it and a comic book too. So
That's dope.
So people are thinking that could be a clue. Some people are saying, nope, it doesn't lead to anything. However, I noticed signs of depression in his last appearances and performances, including crying. He was a tortured soul for sure. However, I think that none of this has to do with a murder. Singing about alter ego, death, separation, sadness, and dramatized crime scenes doesn't mean that he definitely committed the murder. Okay, now this is unrelated, but this is a video that's been circulating recently. It's David faceplanting on stage. Some people are happy to see him get hurt. And essentially, this is him trying to do a backflip and failing miserably. This arguably is a metaphor for what he's about to be facing at the end of the week, potentially. Yeah,
what the fuck? Nigga, you're on a table. Is this nigga drunk? You think you could just wall run the fucking side of a table, nigga? It's 3 centimeters, nigga. It's you think you could do that, nigga? Who the fuck you think you are, buddy? What the fuck? The fuck you think you are, little nigga?
Lays on the ground there, okay? So, look, he was clearly a very energized performer. People are saying he deserved that. They don't rock with him. They're not rocking him. People are glad to see him getting hurt. But other people that have been associated with this whole nightmare, okay, now want to be left alone after all of the crazy stuff that they had said. Asia Collins made a statement on her Instagram story. This investigation is ongoing. I'll speak on things when I can and feel ready. Please respect my privacy, and it allows for the police to do their job. She was probably David's closest friend and had more access to him than anyone else. She implicitly admitted she knew about the relationship in a TikTok comment and said, I didn't know her age, which she has since deleted. Okay, this says, to be honest, everyone close to this guy should be kept under surveillance and should be absolutely questioned. The ones super close to him, like this girl, Asia, definitely knew something. They were too close, always hanging out, and based on David's Instagram, as I wasn't ever his fan, the ones on his Insta posts especially should be monitored and questioned, and the people on Discord.
All them niggas need to be monitored, bro, because it's truly disturbing that niggas in Discord really knew about this shit. Niggas was literally getting paid to be quiet. Why would you... Honestly, bro, if he's paying me 10 racks, nigga, you know what I'm gonna do? Take that 10 racks, run straight to the cops, nigga. Fuck all that. You think I'm gonna be quiet? Nigga, you're touching a 12, 13, 14-year-old girl, bro. Come on. And honestly, bro, that shit just disgusting. Come on, bro. Bro, girls your age. Get girls your age, bro. This little girl fetish, whatever you have, bro, it's just weird. Please, stop doing this shit.
Okay, so some people have been pointing out, follow the cars. I did a video about the whole Tesla situation, but some people are saying he's got other cars and people need to scrutinize the other people that might have had keys to his car. So the police and said David has several cars. Why is nobody scrutinizing people around him who could have had his key? One, Celeste's family was evidently aware and either didn't care or approved of her running away to LA. One of her family members is clout chasing on social media as we speak. Two, the police made it very clear that Celeste came from a broken home. This made me question who's possibly a suspect, an uncle, a cousin, or any family sicko who had the car key. Three, according to the police, David has several cars, so anyone with the key could have done it and dropped her remains in the car. Many service staff members have had access to his $1 million house. The janitor, housekeeper, landscapers, or even his manager. It is easy.
Yeah, but bro, you gotta think about it like this. He's still going to jail regardless. He had relations with an underage girl. Regardless, if he killed her, she still was literally R-worded, M-worded. What? Fuck all that. I need at least 20 years out of you, buddy. Lucky that's the maximum for that shit, bro. Really should be life.
It's easy to blame David due to the nature of music being focused around separation, death, and sadness. Most of us only have one car, so we assume that David must have closely guarded his car keys just like we do, but dude is young, black, and rich. But in all seriousness, what do you think? At the end, I'm just speculating. So this person's really trying to... There's a lot of David fans, very pathetic, very desperate,
defending,
trying to just find any other explanation as to why their guy might not have done this. I think it is a long shot at this stage based on everything that we saw. But people really want to just try and redeem David and kind of move blame onto the family, or like, what, a landscaper's going to have just caught this body and put it in the car. That is absolutely ridiculous, far-fetched nonsense. But I don't personally believe it, but who knows until we find out more. People have been posting the report that police reportedly suspect Celeste may have been killed inside the home where David was staying. And people saying, man, arrest this fool. We solved this crime 2 weeks ago. Everyone's saying, why the hell hasn't this guy been arrested yet? Now, people have been geolocating that image of David where he was allegedly giving people money in a parking lot. People have said it's Lake Elsinore, and they've actually worked out exactly where this is in Lake Elsinore. Somebody has done the due diligence and basically worked out exactly where that location the money was given away took place. They're comparing the pylons and the electrical poles in the area, and they've seemingly worked out the exact spot where that money was given over, and it was in Celeste's hometown of Lake Elsinore, which is...
What the cops should do with this video right here, ping his phone. You could ping phones from however long ago. You have cell towers. Cell towers ping phones. You're able to access that and ping the phone. I think you are. You should be able to. You should be able to. Depending on how long ago that was, take this video, man. If I was a cop, man, that nigga would be in jail. Fuck all that.
You know, not something we didn't know for sure, but now it's pretty undeniable with the geolocation comparison. It says, I originally thought the photo of David handing kids money didn't hold much weight, but I since found out it's been circulating since 2024, and I got suspicious. And I found the exact location the photo was taken on Google Earth. It just so happens to be in Lake Elsinore. We have already confirmed this is Celeste's neighborhood. Pay attention to the white parking barriers, 2 stop signs, 2 telephone poles, and the exact 2-tone fence. Wow. Okay, so that's some good detective work. Celeste's funeral has actually been planned for October the 4th, just under a couple of weeks away. It has apparently been planned.
Is it open
the
casket?
Funeral service is going to be on October the 4th, and that is now official. As many of you guys know, Celeste Rivas Hernandez has been identified as the body found last week. The girl's family said in a statement posted to the GoFundMe page, which indicated a service was planned for October the 4th. She was a beloved daughter, sister, cousin, friend. Her family's heartbroken and devastated by this tragic loss. Any funds you were able to donate are greatly appreciated. So a lot of people have been speculating on what his defense might be when he is ultimately arrested. And this is basically saying that this is the predictable defense that he's going to be running with. The most predictable defense in the world. We all know what he's going to say. I was still a minor when I met her. I was homeschooled, awkward, and emotionally stunted. My emotional age was the same of hers. I just fell in love and couldn't help it. But that's the angle, the goofy kid routine. Pretend immaturity erases everything. But people keep saying, well, it was just a 5-year age gap and he was a minor too at first, but that doesn't excuse it. Not when he was nearly 20 years old and she was only 14. That's not 2 teens fumbling through young love. That's an adult with a child.
That is true. And the thing is, bro, you gotta think about it like this. When she just came into, 5th grade, transition into 6th grade, bro, he was 17. He was 17. He was either a junior or a senior. Usually that's the senior's age, but juniors turn 17 too. Bro, that's fucking weird. I don't give a fuck about being homeschooled, bro. Don't care. You can still be normal.
Not gonna lie, this sounds like it's written by ChatGPT. And if they first connected online when they were even younger, that's grooming from the start. Meanwhile, he harbored her. Neighbors saw her. Police knew she was staying there. She was cut off from her family, school, friends, and even her independence. That's not awkward immaturity. That's control, concealment, and exploitation. ChatGPT working overtime for this one. Every single sentence seems to end with, that's not something, that's something else. So I really hate ChatGPT. And this wasn't happening in a vacuum. He had an online presence where gore and child exploitation were openly tolerated, with people sharing that content and normalizing it. His own mods allegedly encouraged her to run away in 2023, daring her to do it. You won't. That's not youthful mistakes. That's a pattern. The industry has looked the other way for predators before. We've all seen it, but this time it's different. A child ended up dead, whether it was him directly or not. People aren't ignoring it anymore, especially when his music and videos were drenched in violence, murder, and imagery. Violence and murderous imagery. It seems like he used the relationship to feed those fantasies and put them on display as art. So maybe his defense team from the harshest sentence keeps him from the harshest sentence. Maybe it keeps him from being branded what he really is in prison. But let's be real, you don't walk back into the industry after that. What's your next hit? I was just mature. I fell in love with a child, but it wasn't me. It's not a defense. It's a confession, and that is the end. Okay, people are saying, I don't think David is even emotionally mature enough to make that kind of attempt at inventing a nuance to the relationship. What does a child do when they're caught? They just lie and deny. David's strategy will be to just lie and deny until he literally can't and is convicted, I think, anyway. I agree he makes this argument, but this is the one he makes from prison when there simply isn't any point pretending it didn't happen.
True.
Okay. So there's another image that circulated that apparently shows them both together and shows her doing that love heart finger sign. People are recirculating these images. It's not entirely clear whether they're together in this, whether that's what that is or what she's doing, but people are saying that's her doing the love heart sign that we saw.
Oh, he's talking about this. Oh, yeah.
Or that we saw David doing on stage to somebody.
Oh, so that was like 2022, bro. That had to be like 2022, because like, bro, around that time everybody was doing that. Yeah, that little corny shit like this and shit like that. Yeah. Bro, that's weird, bro. Come on, bro. That is a straight kid, bro. Come on.
People thought it was her, but apparently it's not her. But this is just more little tidbits floating around. So David was apparently online on Discord. This was just 7 hours ago. It says he's back online. I don't know if it's important or not, but he came randomly online on Discord. He was the whole time offline, and now he's back. Maybe police got access to his account, or it is him. What do you think? He was literally online for 2 minutes. I also made a video. What's your opinion? People are saying it might be the police, but if it is him, wow, that's a dumb move. I think last time this happened was the same time he was on Fortnite, which is now privated. It could be him or could be a law enforcement officer. Nobody knows. I'm sure law enforcement has his devices if they search the property, and forensics is shifting. Okay. So David's muscle-bound goons and what looked like his bodyguards were seen helping him move stuff out of the Hollywood Hills house. This guy looks terrifying. I'm not sure I want to pull up to that property if you got goons that are looking.
Yeah, nah, that nigga's big as shit. Holy fuck. Genuinely, how do you get this big? Like, damn, like, fuck. Big ass arms, black nigga with a motherfucking, like, you just fit every stereotype. I know you eat chicken. I know it.
In this jacked, this guy looks wham, and I'm not talking about Lil Baby. Okay, so the guy underneath that mask looks like a chomo. Just look at the chin. I don't know if I could. They're saying it's probably a fat ass beard, but I agree nonetheless. Could this be considered tampering of evidence or obstruction of justice? What if they're removing evidence? People saying, I don't think so, since the police already raided the home before that.
Yeah, but they had a search
warrant. People are
warrant.
still speculating as to why there's no charges yet, and a lot of people are saying it's because the charges brought will be an insane amount of numbers. People saying, why aren't there any charges yet? Well,
honestly, I think what they're doing is just wait. Because honestly, bro, David can't go nowhere. He's boxed, full boxed. He's full boxed. He can't go nowhere. He can't leave. I mean, the only way out is chitty chitty bang bang. I mean, shit. I mean, there's literally no other way out. I mean, shit, the cops just go take their time. Probably not take their time, but they definitely go get him within the next 2 months. They're definitely going to get him. 100%. They're definitely going to get him.
Answer could be because the number of charges brought may ultimately be insane. I think the subs following this have done a good job of explaining why guilty equals quick charges, and the more obviously guilty you are, the quicker the charges. That's not necessarily true, though. Tons of evidentiary and procedural stuff few of any of us are actually privy to is going on. But I just wanted to note something that I haven't seen really discussed. Leaving aside the entirely alleged premeditated murder, what a sentence, David could still be charged with a myriad of counts related to the fact that he was clearly SUly grooming and harboring a child that ran away. I imagine that they found a lot of crazy stuff being sent from the victim's phone and computers when they got the phone records and IP logs. I guess another way to say it is that the murder itself is just one crime. Certainly the ultimate one, but there could additionally have been hundreds of ancillary crimes related to his relationship with the victim, and they may be throwing the sink at him, endangering a minor, specific and separate counts for every sexual violation, providing alcohol to a minor, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, etc., and possibly dozens of separate counts for some of what happened at the time for years. Too long don't read. David may not only be charged with murder, he might also be charged with a shocking number of counts related to the grooming. If they want to do this all at once, it will be a massive indictment, which takes time.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I do this. I say that because, so I have a bruh. So my dad, he used to be a cop. Well, he still is a cop, and he tells me like basically that cops. So what cops do, bro? Cops, they take time. They want to get you on all the shit so that way they have evidence and everything. They're able to ping David's phone, IP logs, everything, MAC address, everything. He's honestly fucked because, like, I'm telling you, there's no way you can delete IP logs, ping cell phone towers. Everything that they're going to have is going to come with evidence. And they're going to get a good-ass person to represent them. And I'm telling you, David gonna go down, but the thing is, bro, it's gonna take time. They trying to get it all at once, compile it at once, and throw it on you. That's how the law is, bro. Especially whenever you like murdering people. That's why they didn't lock shit. That's why for real they didn't lock up Bloodhound, Lil Jip. That's why they didn't lock up like gangsters like that. They're trying to get all the evidence they could get so they could take you down all at once. So that way you gone. So, and the thing is, if they get you so quick, they won't have all the evidence. For example, YNW Melly. Nigga, he's been in jail for the past like 5 years for no reason. They don't have the evidence right now. They're trying to compile it. But the thing is, Melly, he turned himself in. But the thing is, they don't have evidence. Like, you feel me?
Okay. People saying first-degree murder, abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, endangering a child, providing drugs and alcohol to a child, likely soliciting a child to use an electronic device, some kind of CSAM charges related to Celeste, probably statutory R-word, possibly kidnapping. He's absolutely effed.
Yes.
And don't forget, if they find nude photos of her on the computers, he'll be charged with
CP.
You know what I'm talking about. It's messed up. All right. And a lot of people, as I said at the start of the video, a lot of people think the arrest might be coming Friday. They think it might be coming tomorrow. Okay, Fridays are for arrests. If there was flair, I'd tag this as hoping and praying. Fridays are good arrest days for prosecutors. Why? Because the suspect will have to stew all weekend in the men's correctional facility before any chance of arraignment in front of a judge, Monday at the earliest. That's an entire weekend to possibly crack or confess or tip his hand at info. Once he's in custody, anything he says or does can be used against him. My money is on Friday, the 26th being an arrest date. Second option is for them to wait a little bit longer and arrest him on Friday, October the 10th, since the courts will be closed on Monday, the October the 13th, due to a federal holiday, and that's the LA County Men's Central Jail. That is potentially David's future home. He's going to have a tough time in there based on all of the things that he has been accused of. Some people are asking why there hasn't been a press conference yet. This one says, this is a high-profile case in Los Angeles. I understand there's an active investigation, so they can't say much, but I'm surprised they don't want to clear up some of the wild speculation. Innocent kids are getting docked and accused of being Celeste. Her family is getting blamed for being complicit in her disappearance. Rumors of her dismemberment are getting speculated on. I'm really surprised there hasn't been a press conference to clear up bad info at the very least. The detectives concluded their sweep on David's house for evidence pretty quickly, and her body has been returned to the family already, but both cause and manner of death are still not revealed. What what's next? Are we just waiting on the toxicology report? Someone says, I agree with you. I totally understand not saying much due to the case being high profile, but it's so weird to me that they haven't put out an official statement like you said. Any case I've ever followed, some more high profile than David, still had way more statements given this. I mean, a minor was found in his car. What the F?
Literally.
They're not making themselves look good right now. It's suspicious and just odd nothing has come out. I totally agree. It's becoming utter chaos over here and we need answers. Same here, and to be honest, I'm sick of everyone saying this is normal. I'm sure most of us have followed cases like this before, and even if they don't give more info, they periodically give statements about how the investigation is ongoing and whatnot. At this point, it's not normal at all. I've followed probably hundreds of cases over the years, and I have an interest in crime stories. From a legal standpoint, I've never in my life seen anything like this. LAPD looks really incompetent right now. Absolutely nothing being said is crazy. Exactly. Why haven't they released any statements? Why haven't they at least brought him in for questioning? Like, I get obviously not arresting him yet, but shouldn't they at least bring him in for questioning given his connection to her? Why haven't they named any suspects? I would assume by now DNA evidence must have come out by now. Cell phone data tracking her last movements. Somebody says, I could accept them taking time to make the arrest if they weren't letting the victim's family and tons of other likely innocent or even uninvolved people get torn to shreds online and by major media outlets.
Yeah.
They fumbled the handling of this entirely, and it doesn't give me hope for justice at this point. I understand how investigations and charges work, so again, I could accept taking time to make arrests, but what good is justice if there is a trail of damage in its wake?
God
Now,
damn.
apparently TM...
Holy shit, you niggas on Reddit are fucking outspoken. Damn. This is what I'm talking about, bro. These are real people, bro. These are real people.
TMZ have got some huge news. I don't know if it was related to the arrest or some more information that's coming out, but there's been these TMZ live streams going on in their office where they've basically been saying, yo, we're about to get a crazy call. We're about to get some crazy new info. Look at this.
Okay, we are.
I know, it's getting,
We have
right?
made contact.
I had body like dead, like I was super skinny.
We're not ready to talk yet because I hope we're able to tell you before we put this up. I swear to God, though, if we don't, we're going to put this on the website as soon as we nail this down. And I'm not saying it cracks the case. I don't want to oversell, but I think it's just really interesting. Okay.
Goddamn, tell us.
No. I want to wait to see. It's 11:28.
Right.
I want to wait to see
I told you already.
if we get what I'm trying to get. And so why don't we? What blocks do we have left?
So this was only an hour ago, okay? And people are saying so far multiple fake IDs and friends of David thought she was a 19-year-old at USC. She was able to get multiple adult venues, nothing too groundbreaking. People are saying that seems like they're worried. I don't have the volume on, but they do seem pretty bothered and annoyed. Yeah, the fact he said, oh, it's telling me something doesn't add up, or LAPD is hinting he's not a suspect from the body language and tone, okay? And there was another clip going around of the TMZ offices.
I'm not saying, well, it's about David and Celeste. I will tell you that.
Okay.
It is about David and Celeste. And I just can't wait for this call to happen. Actually, yeah.
No, you have the chat curious about what this David development may be.
I ran into our news meeting this morning after getting the call and said, guys, so a couple of the producers are.
I feel like he's gonna say that David is not a part of this. That's what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like it. I'm feeling like he's gonna say David is not a part of it. Honestly, he might. You know, he's definitely gonna get other charges, but I feel like he's gonna say David's not a part of this. I can't lie to you. I feel like he's gonna say that.
We're going to be making a phone call at around hopefully 10:30, hopefully a half hour, and I hope we're able to talk about it on the show. We'll find out after the phone call. Anyway, so
we're waiting for this new information. We're not sure exactly what it is. Everybody's been trying to find out. People saying don't get hyped. I took it to mean he simply had an established call with investigators about the case. Hopefully he gets to discuss what they discussed. That's literally it. You know, people have been circulating new information saying I think it might be related to this. This is allegedly a TMZ update, and apparently this was actually a small update just about people being under the impression that she was an over 18 college student, but this is another update from their office.
Would you say
several.
Yeah, she said it was kind of like a mix between parties and sometimes hanging out after recording at the studio.
At parties and hangouts, right?
Yeah.
and
Is that what you
hangouts.
got
Yeah,
from it
and
too,
she
Devin?
also said like venues, like you're just like in the scene. So I guess that kind
Got
of
it.
sums
Okay.
it all up.
They saw David and Celeste at parties and hangouts, and it appeared to them they were a couple.
So look, everybody's waiting to
I don't
find
know.
out. We're all waiting for that arrest. Sounds like the TMZ offices are in a tailspin, just waiting for new information, just like we are, man. And honestly, there's very little new information. I mean, I'm sure you can tell from this video, there isn't too much new facts coming out. Everybody's waiting for the LAPD, and a lot of people think that arrest might just be coming tomorrow. That's the theory going on right now. You know, as soon as that happens, obviously I will be here to update you guys. But yeah, I'm probably only going to do one more video about the David situation. I've got a whole bunch of other things that I want to move on to. There's a bunch of crazy hip-hop drama going on right
Yeah, nigga, we don't care. But hey, as for the video, y'all boys, honestly, what I feel like, I honestly feel like,
Man, you stupid bitch!
but hey, to say y'all boys, hey, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, y'all boys. It's your boy Rello 2 times, and we out of here. Deuce.